this edition of Rapid Motion, we head inland championship way to Midvaal for round 3. We're going to see a brand new sponsor come on board with a Goldwagen Challenge and pick up on action from the Spitronic Silver Cup. We'll start things off with the Comsol Volkswagen Challenge, proudly brought to you by Comsol.
An extremely different looking Midvaal this time around. Last time we were here, we were about ankle deep in water and rain and cold. Definitely cold, but the sun is shining. The track looks good.
Looking good to get out there and do some damage in this championship. Voldy Monkeys is not holding anything back. Went out there and put it on pole for the FSI class, and all the way down in 5th place, Darren Nathan looks to retain his lead in this championship by taking pole in the Bs.
Watch out for the Class Cs as well. We've got a new player in the mix, stepping into a new car, Graham Nathan. That's going to be fun to watch out for. Dalton will be coming on strong too.
Voldy, everybody's getting to grips with the FSI engines now, and this front class is looking pretty damn tasty, I've got to say.
No, it is. I mean, it's a nice car to drive. It's very fast down the straights, and in the corners you have to know your stuff. Great qualifying. Really enjoyed it.
Championship leader coming to the next round, and pole position for Class B. Good way to start the day.
Great way to start the day. It's a brand new car as well, and the car looks fantastic. Car goes well, and I can only owe it to Graham, Dean, and Chris of Nathan's Motorsport. They've done a very good job.
Every time you're in this car, massive improvements, and today getting onto the front row is going to help you out a huge amount.
Yes, of course. We had a dismal season so far, but thanks to all hats off to my uncle, and he did a wonderful job in thanks to preparing the car, and thanks to what a wonderful new series sponsor we have from Ian from Comsol. Yes, and thanks to we're looking forward to the first race. It's going to be one heck of a dice. I mean, thanks to all the guys are so close together, so I'm really looking forward to it.
29 cars on the grid. It's going to be nice and busy at the front with the FSI boys. But watch out for the charge. A little bit of extra pressure coming in the Class Cs. And it's the return of Herbie.
Yeah, Herbie's back in the mix. Let's see if he's able to get into those FSIs at the front end. But a good start there from the Class Bs in the background. They go 3x3 as 2x2 into turn 1 for the Class FSI. Look how close it's got already. Cruiser is under huge pressure heading into turn 2. Oh, we could see a little bit of rubbings racing here.
Yeah, that's Tyrell giving a good shove there as well. And the big flick there. All these right-handers, cold tires, it's getting loose out there, and I saw the blue Golf go fading across into the felt, and that, I think, was one of our Class Cs as well.
Now, Tyrell going to Simon, just getting a little bit wide there. Whoa, speaking of wide, Monkeys is on the dirt. We see the start in the top left-hand side, but check it, Monkeys, absolutely flat out, hasn't backed out of it. That's about 850, nearly a K on the dirt.
Herbie goes bananas and past, and we go back into the Class Cs. Now, although we're looking at the sticker saying Rus, it's actually Graham Big Dog Nathan.
Yeah, unbelievable Nathan, and Mrs. Batman's been taken out. Oh, that's not going to be good. Elke van Vletter just getting completely out of shape there, and had to go defensive, and in doing so got tagged by a couple of cars in the background. So, whoa, lots of work to do for the Bat Lady.
Sean Needham in the all-yellow Golf. We saw him run good here in the wet. Looks like he's got a sweet setup as well. And Henry van Vletter, not a good qualifier. He's going to have a hard day today.
Yeah, he's also got a little bit of problems in that car, which he tried to sort out in the big Golf 2. The front end. Oh, Nathan's lost it as well.
Oh,
what is that?
Man.
Oh, he's run out of talent.
I'm telling you right now, Greg, this is the curse of those rallycross colors that Voda put on his car. Every single race, that car has been tagging a ton of dirt.
Oh, yeah, we see the replay going into turn 1. Adrian Dalton on the outside. Look out for the Bat Lady on his inside. There she comes.
And here comes Dalton.
Look.
Watch Dalton.
Woo!
Dalton goes all the way up the inside of both cars, tags the back end of Elke. Elke actually had to come out of that because Nathan did a sneaky little move there, so it was very hard to judge what was going to happen.
Tyrell going to Sami back on track as well. That's good to see him putting pressure on to Yannick van Rooyen Jr. here. And Van Rooyen Jr. is certainly getting to grips with the Polo and loving life now in the Comsol Challenge.
Yeah, he is coming on good. He said it's taken him a while to figure out the car. We know this as well. Every new driver that comes in and tries to set up those Polos, very difficult situation. But the Beetle, the Herbie, that thing is planted. I think the suspension package on that has got to be one of the best out there. We go back now and pick up on the Cs. It is getting busy.
It certainly is. There's 5 Golf 1s, but look in the background, not too far out, is the return of Nathan. And Gossman, Greggy, look out, boy. Bat Lady's on your tail.
How was that lean across the the ultimate fade? That's what we call that one. An eventual left.
Yeah, eventually got there, but he got it right and kept out the Bat Lady. Francois van Salt having a superb run there in 3rd place, sitting comfortable and probably in the best seat in the house, looking for an opportunity if something arises as we go a little bit further back and pick, well, actually a little bit further forward and pick up on the Class B action. Class B's also starting to get to grips with things here. Nathan's pulling away, but there's a nice little battle for second here and 3 cars in it.
Nathan on a new car as well. That's Darren Nathan. So a brand new developed car. They won't know if it's got the sweet spot just yet, but right now in the first couple of laps, it's definitely dialing it in.
I can tell you it looks like it's got quite a sweet spot to me.
Yeah.
Van Rooyen Jr., Tyrell, Governor Sami. Oh, look at how these guys come flying through here. Got to say that there's a little bit of problems there. Elna Cruiser not quite on the pace that she normally is. She's normally at the front end with Darren.
Well, she got knocked around, didn't she? I mean, I think it was turns 2 or 3. She got tagged, she got loose, she lost all that drive, and you want to make up places, do it on the first lap. That's where it happens.
Well, Alka's just made up a place and gone past Greg Gossman, and the exact same move just ahead of them. It looks like Francois Van Zyl snuck through on Needham, and he's got to second. Brilliant bit of driving.
You know what it is? You know, so, oh, here we go. You know, we're going to have to see some different aerodynamic packages coming out, but this often happens in the Golf 1. They've got a kind of a loose latch. Everyone knows about it. If you tag these things in the right spot, in the sweet spot, that thing just pops.
I think he just had a glass of Red Bull. That's all.
It's got
the
wings now.
Batman looking to get past Gossman as well. He's just been bettered by the Bat Lady. I don't think Greg Gossman's going to make it too easy for Henry Van Vletter. As they come down onto turn 1, he'll have a look on the inside, but we know Gossman is very good in turn 1. But also having driven the circuit a couple of times now, Matt, turn 1 is actually not an entity. You don't want to try anything up turn 1. You've got to try and set things up through 2, 3, and 4 to make a move on the straight.
Well, now that you start talking about the track, let's talk about the fact that 2013 has seen the resurgence of Midvaal Raceway. Why we're getting better lap times, why we're getting better racing here is because the guys are using it as not only a practice track, but they're coming here and racing a lot of categories. So you are seeing the track really coming back to life.
I can tell you something as we see a move here from the Batman up the inside, and it looks like, whoa, Nathan's going to go with him. Greg Gossman, unfortunately, buddy, you're going to get eaten up by 2. Yeah, there was no way you're going to keep out those 2. And what a dice here between Batman and unbelievable Nathan.
Yeah, Graham Nathan is threading the needle. He's setting up. And I tell you what, Henry Van Vletter will be relishing this. You only get better if you play a better opponent.
Yeah, look at how good that was. On the inside, sneaking through. Batman had no answer. Nathan sneaks up ahead and moves up to about 4th place. Here we go. 4th place in the battle for Class Cs. And now he's got Needham and that big wing in his sights.
Yeah, and that wing, the boot that's open, should we say, is not really slowing things down. What it's going to do is actually help the drivers tagging on. And watch Nathan. Nathan will pretty much be climbing into that boot.
Look how late he was.
Saw that, locked up.
Locks up. At the front end, though, top right-hand side of the screen, he has a change up for 2nd place on the road. Valdi, what a return there. Considering he went almost a kilometre on the dirt, he's now come back and got ahead of Nobre.
Yeah, but check out Nathan as well. Nathan tried to go around the outside of Sean Needham. That was coming out of turn number 3, and he had to go off and go onto the dirt again.
Yeah, and he's back behind Bat Lady, and he's now going to find a way past 2 Golf 1s, but he's got the slipstream. This could be vital. Watch this down this main straightaway now. Bottom left-hand side as we go to the front end. Whoa! Phew, Nobre's not holding back. He wants back at Valdi and back at him big time.
Carlos, no brakes. Once again, just buries it in there. And this is the famous bit of the Midvaal Raceway. The penultimate corner and the last corner. You can use a lot of real estate out there. It's got a lot of runoff space, and Carlos is really dialing that.
He's looking like he wants to try and stay with Monkeys and use the 2 of them as one to get to James Hurley. Hurley's got to the front end. He has a maneuver up the inside and a change up a little further back. Nicely done there. That's, oh, Dion Holiday getting to grips with someone there and getting it completely out of shape.
I think that was Johan de Villiers as well, just getting all kinds of loose. And, yeah, he's going to have to dial in the setup. No way the back end should have come around that hard.
Unfortunately, just losing out a couple of positions, but back on track, and back on track pretty rapidly too. There we go. Oh, problems. Holiday goes wide.
Holiday is going to have to just sit out this one. That thing is going to go into the pits.
So whatever happened there caused the problem, and it looks like it's broken the car as well, and he makes his way back into pit lane. But check this out. Here comes Nathan back at Needham and Van Vletter. Elka doing a superb job. She's going to lead the way through. If Nathan stays with her, there's a possibility that he might get through on the inside.
That corner was filthy. Did you see how wide Sean Needham was? He looked like he was going to get taken out. Nathan's positioning himself quite nicely to get underneath the Bat Lady, but he is just doing a lot of setup. Here we go. Inside to outside to inside. Didn't work that time. She is being wise. But you can see she's dropping the pace, and they are falling off the back end of Sean Needham as he now bridges the gap and gets onto the back of Van Zyl. There is the move. He set that up 5 corners ago.
That was strong, though. Wow, that was strong. Nathan sneaks on the inside and moves up into the battle now for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd in the FSI class. Hurley's got away. These 2 are not going to catch him. I don't think there's any answer to James Hurley's pace here in the first heat. They're going to have to try something different in the second heat to see what happens. Rory Atkinson also having a good run, but in 4th place, not quite there yet.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a quiet season so far. Hasn't quite got the car into the pace that he wants to. and Nobre just looks a little bit too aggressive. Nobre is working extremely hard to hold the pace of the men out front.
Derek Smallberger having a superb run in Herbie down in 5th place. Here comes that battle we're watching for. Francois Fonsal, Needham and Nathan. Here we go. Graham Nathan setting things up now. Sean Needham will go defensive as much as he can in a Golf 1. Remember the Golf 1 package, as we always say, not quite as aerodynamic as the Polo behind him, and you can see the Polo using it. Pulls out at the end of the straight, tries to go around the outside. Nathan's going to keep it around the outside. If he keeps around the outside, watch for an overtaking maneuver into the next little section.
This can be good as well, and of course the inside of that turn is very, very dirty now. So outside becomes inside, and that was just Sean Needham turning in a little bit too early. Nathan will not be impressed with that. How much dirt has he been grabbing?
I don't think he's going to be too happy about that, because he was way ahead of Needham. Needham just turned in on him there, and they might have a little chat after this. I don't want to have that chat, though.
Reference to the "I was in front of you," but
B pillar will come into it, I'm sure, at some stage.
Definitely going to be happening. But here's the leaders now into the lappers, and Voldy Monkeys just controlling second place for now.
Well, Nathan's still parked on the sideline, so that's a bit of a pity and a bit of a worry. Maybe he just wants to go and park it in the pit lane and see if anything's wrong with the car. But Hurley's got no hassle with his FSI, just trying to keep out Nobre for a couple more corners. Here we go on board with Tyrell Governor-Sami, and it sounds like this Golf has also let go. What a pity. Oh, that's really bad.
That's suspension. That's the front left just fully collapsed there.
It's a big pity for him, because he was starting to make his way back into the hunt. Oh, that's towards the drive-in. No, that's going to Midvaal. No, that's not even on the track. Where are you going?
It's the drag strip. It's known. It's a great parking spot. You can get a lot of action if you park on the side there.
All right, final lap, and James Hurley's done it all right. Good way to come to Midvaal and take first blood on the day and show the boys exactly what you've got.
What a package.
I think, though, to be very honest, Voldy Monkeys, if he hadn't gone off, he would have been a lot closer to James Hurley.
He definitely would have been right there. And remember, this whole race, he's been watching his mirrors. Carlos has given it everything. Those two in second and third have been matching each other, lap for lap, and on the clock as well.
So Voldy will come through for second, and Nobre in third place. Atkinson will take fourth. Here comes Class B's winner, untroubled. And if that's a new car, wow, what a way to come to the circuit and sort it out.
Maiden victory on a new Goose. That's a good day at the office, and baby Nate will be happy with that.
A little bit further back there, Yannick van Rooyen Jr. will also be very happy with this performance. Class C, though, is all about Adrian Dalton after his first lap and first turn incident. Francois Fonsal, what a drive for second.
Yeah, nice result there. So the FSR is all about Hurley, Monkeys, and Nobre. Herbie came good as well. Derek Smallberger in 5th place, and winner of the Bs, Darren Nathan, ahead of Van Rooyen Jr.
A bit further down in 16th place, Class C comes across the line with Adrian Dalton at the front end, Fonsal in second, and the Bat Lady in third. Big dice between you guys at the start there, and it looks like Nathan was getting in the mix as well for a little bit.
Yes, he was. He's quick. It's not that his car is quick. He is quick. And I'm glad that Needham could hold him behind a bit so I could take the second. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ for the privilege. And I enjoyed the race. It was close.
A little bit of luck on your side with Voldy doing a bit of rallycross down the centre stage there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think actually I went in a bit slow and it messed his drive up and spun him. So I got a gap there and I just try to maintain it every lap, just keeping the laps constant. And I saw towards the end of the race, he caught Carlos, past Carlos, and he started to catch me, and we hit the back markers, and it was a bit of my side of luck, and I managed to just win it then.
I got 2 words for you. Yeah? Cold tires.
No, I got another one. Running out of talent, big time. Yeah, no, it's a little bit of confusion as to which way the brake bias went, up or down, was to the front or the back. I found out very quickly which one it was when I was going backwards. But yeah, great Joel. Voted very kindly, let me use his motor car. Came back through the field. A great place to race, Goldwachen Challenge. Just all out fun day.
I'm just double checking. It doesn't say cross polo here. However, this man, 700 meters on the dirt, dude.
Yeah, I went in dark pin it, as you guys say. It was, I just didn't want to lose sort of any traction and going forward, so just kept it pinned.
Join us after the break for some more Comsol Volkswagen Challenge action.
We're back at Midvaal. There is no rain, there is wind and sunshine, and it is good flat-out racing. Straight into heat number 2 of the Comsol VW Challenge. Off the line, FSI's wheel spinning away.
James Hurley looking to take the double here on the day. A good start from the Class Bs too. We go on board with Elmer Cruiser, mid-pack in the Bs, and here comes Whopper Cosman style on her inside.
Remember, she got tagged and bullied in turns 1, 2, and 3, so she's going to try and stay off there. That was one of the FSIs. That was Nobre.
Nobre is off in turn 1, and that's not a great start for him because he's already lost 2 positions and 2 vital championship scoring positions in race 1 to Voldy Mikey's and to James Hurley. And look at that, Nathan under massive pressure right from the start. Top left-hand side go the C's, but onto the back straight go the B's, and Van Rooyen Jr. is all over Nathan.
We are going to see a possible hole shot here for Van Zyl as he holds inside line, and he is. He sends Dalton out into the bleachers.
Yeah, he does, and so does the Batman. Look at that, Henry van Vletter with a super start, gets through on his one, runs a little wide. And the Bat Lady comes back at him.
About 4 car widths wide.
Yeah, I don't want to be in the Batcave after this race, but anyway. They are still side by side. No inch given. Okay, well, you can go through. After you. You are my husband. I'll come and get you later.
Yeah, the Van Vletters have got this thing dialed in, and watch out for this drive. Please, please, please stay on the black stuff this time, Nate.
Yeah, incoming. That World Rally Championship colours on that polo, as you said, Matt. Definitely not working out for him staying on the black stuff. He's kind of gone a bit rallycross on us.
Yeah, the good news for Elke Van Vletter is she has stayed on, and she has not been tagged, so I expect to see her really come through strong this time.
Oh, Van Zyl runs wide, goes in there, and it's getting real busy in the mid-pack as Nathan starts to sneak his way through, finds a way past Elke. Oh, a little touch between the two of them. He comes to, oh, hello. Is that Needham?
I'll tell you what,
he's got past Needham.
It's absolutely filthy at the braking markers there. It's so dirty and so slippery. There's cement down, there is dirt from the inside of the track. It's going to be a very gnarly place to stay on track.
Ding, ding, seconds out, round number 2. Here we go. This is the man he's been looking for. It didn't take him long, less than half a lap, and he's onto the bumper of Sean Needham.
Remember, Dalton got away pretty easily in the first heat. He just managed to stay away from all the trouble that was happening, and that created a gap. This time he's in second place in the C26 Extra Shoes Golf. He's going to have to work for this one.
He certainly is, and he's already putting pressure on to Dalton. Runs on the inside. Dalton's having to keep the outside line. It's not going to be an easy one to keep there, and through that corner particularly, it's not easy. You normally want to clip that inside little bump, and it doesn't look like he was even near it. He had a full golf length aside, and unfortunately had no answer whatsoever. We're on board with the Bat Lady. The Batman is getting away at the front end, but it's a 3-way battle. We're watching just ahead of her, and Nathan, Needham, and Dalton going at it.
Back to Darren Nathan this time around in the Class Bs, and this is the first time today that he's had to watch the back of another car. Van Rooyen Jr. coming on song.
Other than Herbie, he watched him almost all race, but couldn't get to him. There we go, top left-hand side of the screen. There's Nathan on the inside of Needham. This time, I think he's got it done, and he's got it done early on. Yes, he has. Gets through, and still some touching there. What is going on with Sean Needham? He can't find a smooth line through that corner, so he just goes and tags the man in front of him.
Just to put this in perspective, in 1 lap, Graham Nathan has made it through on 3 cars. He is the man on the move.
He certainly is. He's now looking to try and catch Batman. So that's the battle that we're going to be watching out for Class C. Needham keeps out Dalton. Dalton will come straight back at him. There's no doubt about that. Then you've got Elke van Vletter, Greg Gossman, and Van Zyl has recovered too. That's a good bit of driving from him. He's really got some good pace around the circuit.
Yeah, he has. I think in the overalls, though, we're going to have to watch out for Dalton to take the overall in the Class Cs. We'll go back now and pick up on Voldy. Voldy is battling a little bit here, trying to get up the inside. This has been his line. He has been really good at getting that line. A very late apex, gets it through, and then he can control the line. So Hurley is going to have to work on his racecraft a little bit. That was a very intelligent pass.
Voldy has now got to the front end. It's kind of what I mentioned in race 1. If he didn't go off, there was a good possibility we'd have a ding-dong between the two of them, and it looks like we're going to have that right now. This is the man who's got the number 1 plate in his car. He's in second. So he won the championship last year. Can he go and try and do it again now in the new FSI class? But with Voldy and this kind of pace, it's going to be a hard ask.
Yeah, Voldy's looking to break into the 115 bracket. Right now, they're in the high 16s, but you know with clear air, it's going to help out.
This now, Needham hasn't given up. He's still all over Nathan. Nathan playing around a bit, and unfortunately with the little battle that's happening between the two of them, they're losing ground to Henry van Vletter at the front end. So Batman is getting away from the rest of the field, and if they're not careful, you're going to have 2 other cars involved in that. Dalton is not going to give up. He will try everything to get past the 2 cars in front of him, and if something goes wrong, Bat Lady will love to make it a 1-2 for the Batcave.
You got to watch out next time they go across the bump, the famous Midvaal bump. Watch Nathan's head in the cab there. Is nodding around like a nodding dog.
He's certainly taking a bit of strain, isn't he? But he's working hard and loving life. I'll tell you something, as they come down into turn 1. As I said, this kind of becomes a non-entity corner. You don't want to try anything stupid here because it normally goes wrong if you try something. Set it up for turn 2. That's exactly what Needham's doing. And if he gets it right, he might be able to use the slipstream on that more aerodynamic polo.
You know, Sean really impressed me in the wet at the previous round, but now in the dry, he is proving that he has got the sweet setup, wet and dry. And this is a great dice. Look at that. Oh, I was wondering what was going on there. She's making a pass on Andre Needham.
Yeah, Needham just having to go a little bit wide, trying to keep them both out. And Gossman's on the inside too. Needham goes defensive. Oh, Gossman, what a move! Get up the inside there, boy. Brilliant stuff there. Andy Gossman, just brilliant in that Golf 2. And oh, the biggest loser there was unfortunately Elna.
Yeah, Elna she was caught watching the back bumper there, following her own lines, and then the aggressive moves of Gossman getting up the inside in the Golf 2. So he is now throwing the cat amongst the pigeons, and he's going after Andre Needham.
Yeah, this battle continues. There we go, the nodding heads as they come onto the braking bump there. Amazing. There comes Greg Gossman. And it's also good to see, I saw a bit earlier on, I'm not quite sure if he stayed out there, but Hollywood Holiday got his car all sorted out and is back in the hunt.
Someone who isn't in the hunt, still parked on the outside of turn 1, is Nobre. That's going to hurt him.
Nobre and Tyrell Govindasamy not making it back either. That's a big pity for them. Xander Roos, though, that's of course the son of the father who's given Graham his car to race, is also in this little battle, but unfortunately some problems of his own has dropped him a little bit out of the pace.
Look at Sean Needham hassling the back end of arguably one of our best tin-top drivers in the country.
It's always good to see, and great driving here. I've got to say, there we just got a glimpse of Nobre's stricken FSI as we go back to the hunt for Class B. Nathan, well, he's giving a little bit of sunshine here to Yannick van Rooyen Jr., but I don't know if he's going to let him take the victory.
No, I think he's definitely got the besting of him. You can see in this sector there, mid-corner, the car is set up that he can get on the gas a little bit harder. He is just going to allow the man in front to lead him through. As long as no one closes on the back end, he's going to be okay.
Change up for the lead in the top right there. Nathan has got ahead of Batman, and he now has to try and find a way. So Henry Van Vletter, the Batman as we like to call him, all over the back of Nathan now as he snuck through, heading past turn 5.
Yeah, I don't know what has been going on there. We go back and pick up on the Gossman. Oh, Gossman just got fed his own medicine hard there. Cruiser shoved one up the inside in turn 1. The non-entity corner, as you keep referring to, it just became an entity.
That's exactly it. It can either go right or it goes wrong, and 99% of the time it goes wrong. Fortunately for Elna, she had Gossman as a berm and was able to make it through there. That was awesome stuff.
Yeah, just shoving the Golf 2 onto the outside. Yeah, Midvaal does create some aggressive passes. I like it.
I think what happened here in this particular battle was Nathan had enough of Needham all over the back of him and said, right, let me put the Batman between us and pull away.
Yeah, I think now we're going to see how fast a Class C new shape polo can go.
Yeah, compared to a Golf 2 and a Golf 1. The aerodynamic package, as we mention all the time, is a lot better on that polo, but the Golf 2 is better than the Golf 1. But where Needham is right now, he's got massive amounts of slipstream effect because that Golf is so much bigger than his. And if he's able to use it and get close enough, he can pull out at the end, but he's not quite close enough.
So 2 of the new shape polos in the Class Cs. This has been a development. They're trying to bring it on and bring it more in line with current models. Historically, Class C has been dominated by the Golfs and the old Golf 2s.
Oh, there's problems here in the top left. You can see them all starting to go wide. We're on board with Xander Roos, and that looks like it's Philip Cruiser who just managed to keep it ahead of everybody else. And when I say everybody else, that also includes the magnificent Polo Classic, of course, and that is having a superb run in the mid-pack for Class C.
Van Vletter is on the fight back, as is Sean Needham. So now they've all settled in. No one's going to try and make a stupid pass now. They are in the zone now, trying to go with the pace of Nathan.
And he's doing exactly what Nathan was doing, locking up into turn 1. So that's how hard they are pushing. Van Vletter, Needham and Nathan for the lead of Class Cs. This is the mid-pack of Class Cs. There's Cruiser. Look at that. What a bit of driving there. The 161, Xander Roos, is all over the back of him and really looking like he's come to grips with that little Polo Classic.
Yeah, the Polo Classic, like we say, my favorite car out there, bar none, because we know how stable it is in all the corners. A little bit of a weight penalty, and on a stop-start track like this, it's going to hurt you.
Gossman sneaks through on Needham, eventually making it up into 4th place and trying to get, with only a couple of laps to go, maybe get onto the back end of Cruiser. In the background, yeah, I think that was Wayne Krause moving off and going a bit wide, coming out of turn 6. Oh, look at this on the inside, though. The challenge is on, and there is hardly anything in it. Oh, and Needham gets sent wide.
Brad Hall. We haven't spoken too much about him this year, last year, one of the key players getting himself up there. It's taken a long time to get out of bed. He's had his toast and coffee, and he's firing now here at Midvaal.
And he's looking to try and maybe get onto the back end and past Gossman. He's found a way past Needham, and there's only a couple of corners to go and maybe a couple of laps. So he might have timed this a little bit wrong.
Such a nice guy, Brad Hall, as well, but he just got a little bit ugly out there. It's nice. You've got to get angry.
Of course you do. Cruiser, Zanderus, and all over the back of Greg Gossman. Gossman having to go defensive. Golf 1, and Polo Classic. Absolutely flat out through that right-hander.
One of the nicest dices we've seen in the year as well for Philip Cruiser. So he has also been turning some sneaky laps at Midvaal. The motocross track has been good to him.
Yeah, it certainly has, and he's trying to keep out a big charge there. You can see in the background, that's Christian de Vet, also involved in that little battle. A new man to the sport, and of course, the new guys all running with that red and white bumper tape. Here comes Ruiz on the inside. Zander makes a move. Philip Cruiser will try and go defensive into turn 2, and he does. Great driving. Oh, but there's a little line on the inside and a little tap too.
Just had to roll out ever so slightly of that one, but I am so impressed of how good the circuit has got this year. Plenty of rubber down, lots of racing, and the guys are really enjoying their lap times around here. It does hurt. This extremely long straight does hurt the cars that are down on power, but if you can just find the wheel in front of you, you can tag a slip.
And you can see how hard they're having to push, because here comes the lead of Class FSI. So there are 5 cars battling for the back end of C, and here comes the quick boys.
Overall leaders.
Incoming!
Watch this. This is the Valdi Monkeys line on the braking marker. Fades to the inside, covers his line, and sends Hurley to the outside. Oh, that's crash in front.
That was Zanderus.
Valdi had to roll out of that one, and this has given another advantage to Hurley. Listen to this thing rev.
These things are amazing.
Oh, that's lovely.
They really are. They're just absolutely fantastic.
Really free. They've changed the throttle bodies as well. Really free revving engines, and so far this season, a very nice, reliable package.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go all the way for Valdi Monkeys here. He's going to be in amongst the back markers, but the flag will be coming out. Or will it? Has he got one more lap? No, the flag just gets him. I think they didn't see him. That's the problem.
No. I feel the flagman's pain. It's pretty busy out there when you get into the lappers.
Here comes Class B, and yes, as I said, a bit of sunshine for Yannick van Rooyen Jr., but Darren Nathan had it all in the bag, found a way past, and takes a double on the day. Double Nathan? That's how he is. I think we're going to call him that from now on.
Oh, he is. He really is. He's got a good setup. He's got a fantastic package, and his points in the overall will reflect on today's results.
And Class C is not done yet. Here comes Nathan, 1 quarter to go. Drag race to the line, but the Golf 2 has beaten him, and I don't think Nate's got an answer. No, across the line, it's the Batman who wins out. So excellent stuff there for Henry van Vletter.
FSI's then. Mindkeys gets it, so it's a turnaround from him and Hurley in the Bs. Darren Nathan, sweet as you like, but Yannick van Rooyen Jr., definitely a threat to watch out for.
Good stuff in Class C, and a magnificent battle. Eventually won out by Batman, but Needham, van Vletter, and Van Zyl also having a ding-dong for 3, 4, and 5. Coming to call you Double Darren from now on, because you just keep doing it.
Yeah, look, it's been a great day. We had a very good car to start off with. It's not often that you get a brand new car that is on pace and it stays on pace without any hassles. Again, Graham, Dean, Chris from Nathan's Motorsport have done a fantastic job.
Dude, it's just sailing away with the championship. I hope it keeps going this way.
Look, I hope so too. It is early days. I mean, we're not even halfway yet, and it's going good. But let's see how it goes towards the end of the year.
Well, you definitely had the pace today, because you showed it in the second race.
Yeah, it was a good race. I think the car works well when the track cools down. Good race. James also had a good one. I think we're looking forward to some more cars joining the class, and yeah, it's going to be great when we have 8 or 9 or 10 cars even on the grid.
Dude, didn't go so well in the first one, but much better in the second one.
Man, the second heat we got the car hooked up. I don't want to say what we did, but we've made that same mistake before, where we've changed something and it's a bit of the wrong way. Fixed it, the car was back to normal. Gee, it was a good race. Graham was pedaling like anything, but the pressure, just more pressure. I could see that Polo more and more rallycross, and then he went. It could have gone either way, either way. But awesome in the second heat. I was so happy.
So great racing from Midvaal in the Comsol VW Challenge, and a great debut for the new sponsor. All this action brought to you by Comsol. Don't go away, because after the break, it's straight into the Spitronic Silver Cup.